Your cold email isn't failing because of your subject line, your follow-up sequence, or your list quality. It's failing because you never actually offered something, you just described what you do. This doesn't work, and there's a reason for this, which includes 4 levers most people never heard of. It's super easy to implement, and after this, your cold email campaigns will outperform any campaign you've run before. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how you can implement this. So let's start with one core idea. Your cold email is not a mini homepage. It's not a short description of whatever it is you sell. It's not even an ad, and it's something the recipient wants to have, not a description of your company. You're trying to create something you can offer to people for free or with a good guarantee. We'll go through everything that they actually want to have. Something that someone that never heard of you before is actually going to be interested in. Because face it, although whatever you do might be very cool, people don't care. They have no idea who you are, they have no idea what you do, and they also don't really give a f. So if you just tell them what you do, they have still no idea who you are, and they're not gonna care. The only reason to make them care is to offer them something they're gonna be so highly interested in that it's almost impossible for them to say no, because they just really want to have whatever it is you offer. And that's the difference between the offer and what you sell. Because what you sell can be based on a lot of other stuff and about the knowledge between you and that person, while an offer is something you can just give away to someone, or you can guarantee someone really wants to have, that's going to be a no-brainer to say yes to. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how we do this with Invectify, and we summed it up into a very structured Claude Code skill. And in the description, there's going to be a link where you can actually get access to this skill yourself, the exact skill we use internally to draw up structured good offers that actually work in cold email. So let's go over why most of the cold email campaigns we see that people run themselves are failing. Because most cold emails start with who we are, what we do, how long companies have been existing for, how many clients we've helped, and requesting for a 15-minute call. But the problem with that is that the person on the other end doesn't know you, doesn't trust you, they don't care, they weren't looking for you, and the last thing they want is to jump on a call with someone they don't know. And the goal of a cold email is not to persuade people or to blast them with information. It's to create interest in whatever it is you do. And with changing your subject line, changing your personalization, or changing your copy or the infrastructure, you won't be able to optimize your way out of an offer that no one wants. It starts with having something that everyone wants, or that the people you offer it to want, and then the rest becomes important. Up front, if you have something that no one wants with the best infrastructure, the best list, the insane personalization, still no one is going to want whatever you're offering. So I assume most of you will know the offer equation from Alex Hormozi, and we're going to go over it for a second, but it's actually super important to what cold email entails and a good offer entails. Because a good offer, something that someone that doesn't know you will be interested in, is going to have a big dream outcome. It's going to have something they actually want to have. Ideally, you'll have some social proof or a high likelihood of achievement. So for the recipient, it's very clear that they're going to achieve whatever they want to have. And then you want to have a short time delay and low effort and sacrifice. What I always try to explain to people in a call when I'm on sales calls is the best offer ever is if we could just tell people, hey, if you come onto this call, I'm going to give you a Ferrari away for free. Aside from the fact that probably no one will believe it, let's assume everyone would believe it, everyone will come to the call. While if I tell people like, hey, I might give you some information, do you have 15 minutes to talk? I'm guaranteeing you no one will show up. Giving away the Ferrari, asking for time and not telling anything. And that's the spectrum we're working on. And ideally, we want to be somewhere as far off to the left as we can that actually gives an insane amount of value, and we can actually give away for free to people. A Ferrari is not a great example there, of course. So generally, this offer equation from Hormozi works great. But how we do it is we translate it a bit to make it fit cold email 100% with the campaigns we run. And we change it into 4 specific levers that almost cover the entire offer equation. So we start with a very specific guarantee, ideally. Then a structural differentiator, zero risk framing, which comes very close to the specific guarantee, and an asymmetric giveaway. And although these 4 levers are very close, of course, we're trying to do them very specifically. So a specific guarantee moves the performance risk to the person that delivers the product. Don't get me wrong, in some cases we can use all 4 levers, in other cases only 3, but you have to make sure that you cover as much as you can to make the offer as appealing to whoever buys it. So if we say like 50 qualified wholesale leads in 60 days or we work for free, that's a very specific guarantee. Ideally, quick sidestep, you want to be as close to revenue as you can. That's like the best offer. You can offer revenue or then leads or views, and you go down further until like further away from revenue. And you want to be as close to revenue as you can be. So for the specific guarantee, this is the example. But if we go to a structural differentiator, you want to show something in the process that any competitor can not copy, or something that's very specific to you that most of your competitors don't have. An example for this, what we do is we use native operators in the EU language we set up the campaign for. That's something that our competitors can't really do like we do it. They do it with AI translation, English, I have a whole explanation on this specifically, but it's a pillar of our service that our competitors can't easily copy. And that's the structural differentiator you want to use here. Then the third one is zero risk framing. And this is what usually comes back partially in the call to action, but also just in the general offer framing. It's making the next step feel very safe and easy. It's a simple yes to go to the next step. It's a simple blah to go to the next step, which is not a call, because a call asks something from them. And in this case, we're making it very low, very simple to enter. Then the last one is an asymmetric giveaway, meaning that we give something that's useful and something they would almost pay for, or actually they would pay for free upfront before they even buy or make an investment. So an example here is I'm at 50 accounts matching your ICP. Do you want to file? This is very currently, like with all the data providers currently coming up, this is very low effort and maybe not that valuable anymore. So this is maybe a bad example, but it's something you can provide that's valuable, people would pay for free upfront. All of these 3 have to relate back to whatever it is you actually sell. So you start with a description of what you actually sell. Then based on these 4 pillars, you work towards the offer. Important thing to know here, if you work this way from what you sell, a description of what you sell towards the offer, you're testing the market on the offer. So you have to set up multiple offers to test, okay, what do people actually respond to? Ideally, you flip the script and you go from selling something that people really want to have, offering something people really want to have, and then work towards something you sell. In most cases, the most companies we work with at least are set companies. They have a set thing they sell, and we have to work towards the offer. Then we use these 4 pillars to work that out. Ideally, you flip the script, you start with an offer and work your way back to fulfillment. Then the rule when it comes to copywriting and framing the offer, for all 4 levers, work from what they get, not from what you do or who you are. It's not about you, it's about them and what they get and the value you give to them. So let's focus on one specific lever here, the asymmetric giveaway. High value to them, and it has to be low delivery cost to you. So instead of asking for time, you want to give them a useful deliverable that they can keep even if they don't end up buying. In the best case, whatever you give them has a natural next step of having a call. So as a quick example here, we work with free print and promo shops. That's actually where Vectify started. And what we do with these print and promo shops is we offer a sample. The natural next step into an email that says, hey, I'd love to send you a bottle or a t-shirt is, okay, let's have a meeting to talk about the sample. For the record, the sample is still sent if they qualify, not if they buy. So if they don't buy right away, but they do qualify as an ideal prospect for us or for my customer, the sample is still sent. They don't have to convert right away. It's the deliverable we give up front, the value we give up front. This way, the next time they need something, you'll be on top of mind when it comes to this. And when you have their email address, they start in the top of the funnel. A few examples here, aside from the one I just mentioned. for recruiting, 3 pre-vetted candidates for any open role. For lead generation, 500 targeted accounts with contact data, paid ads, 3 fixes for identified wasted spend. Of course, you need to go into their account for this. It's a natural next step to have a call. CRO web design, a short recommended checkout teardown. Fractional CFO, a one-page cash flow memo. Data enrichment, direct dials added to part of their CRM. Stuff like that. B2B e-commerce, a list of matched buyers, retailers, or targeted accounts. These are good giveaways you can give that's valuable, but you can go up and down depending on what you can actually deliver. Again, if you can offer a Ferrari for free, people will show up. So if you can get as close as you can to that Ferrari, the better it will be. And then another thing to make it extra is the natural next step is a call. 3 fixes for identified waste spend. Next natural step, if someone is interested in this, is having a call. So when it comes to e-commerce, that's kind of the companies we work with now. There are a few we use and that work. I found 12 wholesale buyers in Germany stocking products like yours. Want the list. I met 15 UK category managers buying similar product lines. Want the names. These are examples of offers toward e-commerce brands that usually works because the deliverable is very clear. And we have a whole system set up to deliver this at scale to anyone that says yes. So if you're an e-commerce brand and you're interested in this, go on our website and get the list for yourself. So then if we send these offers out, them saying yes, send it, is the hand raising, okay, this goes into the funnel. Then we still have to warm them up. We have to still follow them up through the process. It's not a, hey, here's my credit card, please swipe it, I want to buy stuff. It's a, okay, hey, I'm looking into something, I'm aware of a problem, and that is the first stage in this cycle. So to go a bit deeper on the giveaway, there are 3 things that are important for the giveaway to make sense. It must be something they're willing to pay for. It must be cheap for you to deliver. And you're asking for a reply, not a meeting. Of course, this last part goes into the call to action as well, but whatever it is, you're not asking for the meeting. So when it comes to something they would pay for, you gotta ask yourself really, okay, would I pay for this? A free consultation or strategy call, yeah, there are people out there that pay for that stuff, but that's if they know you. Now we're talking about someone that has never seen you before, that has no idea who you are. Would they be willing to pay for it? If a stranger walks up to you and says, hey, I can give you a free consultation on your ad account, you're not gonna say yes. So it has to be something that's inherently valuable without knowing who operates it. So a few examples is a list, a memo, an audit of actual findings, candidate profiles, a teardown, enriched data, valuable stuff. Then the second thing, this is from an operational perspective, it has to be cheap for you to deliver. You have to be able to deliver this in a few minutes and not in hours. If like let's say 40, 50, 60 people say yes to your campaign and it breaks up your entire process to do it, then it doesn't work. So the reason we call it an asymmetrical giveaway is because it has to be asymmetric on a high perceived value. So the person that receives it sees it as super high value, while to you, it's very low input. So it's easy to deliver, high valuable. That's why it's asymmetric. Then when it comes to the CTA, you don't want to say, hey, let's have 15 minutes to talk about this, book a call here, fill in the form, go to my website, here's the booking link, whatever. You want me to send this over, worth sending, reply send and it's yours, just say the word, I'll send it, stuff like that. One action, super simple. Then lead quality. Won't this attract a lot of freeloaders? So to go out of the gate right away, yes it will. Some will just be freeloaders. That's why I said earlier with the example of the sample, we qualify people, and only if they qualify, then we send the sample. Are we going to give it away and input time for everyone? No, we qualify them first. It doesn't mean they have to buy. They have to be our ideal prospect. If they are your ideal prospect and you want them later down the line and you want to have them in your funnel, then you give it away. I added this quick section in here because I think it's important to know this. It's a calculation model. So if every giveaway costs you $5 to deliver, just a random example, can be 20, make it whatever, cost you $5 to deliver, sending 100 of them will cost you $500. If the average new customer generates you $500 in profit in their first order, again, as an example, then one customer from every 100 giveaways makes a break even. That means you need to convert at least above 1% on the giveaway after people already raised their hands to make this work. For reference, the average conversion we're seeing with customers, but also in the industry with cold email, is between 20 to 30% for decent salespeople. You have to convert at 1% to make $5 work. So you can calculate back like, okay, what profit do I make on the first customer's order? And then go back to, okay, what am I willing to give away and what am I able to actually pay for to make your offer work the best. And again, this is for the people that qualify. For e-commerce, this means that if a customer buys again, and again, this is super worth it. So when I say the samples, a lot of customers we do the samples with are e-commerce platforms because they know if a customer buys once, they have their workflows and they just know, okay, a customer converts on average X amount of time and the lifetime value means this. Then you can even calculate from the lifetime value and you can get even closer to the Ferrari. Of course, our job here, but if you do this yourself, your job is to test what works better. Because if you can provide that Ferrari for free, trust me, no one will believe you. So you have to fit somewhere on the spectrum where people believe you and it's high value. So when I wrote this document, I would go specifically into everything separately. I already did this at the beginning, so I'm going to skip over this for now. But I do want to talk about the offer and the CTA. A CTA is the call to action. It's the end of the email where you actually tell the prospect what the next step is. So it comes down to the offer being what they get and the CTA is how they get it or what they have to do to get it. So as the examples, for the examples, offer free targeted account file, CTA, want me to send it. Performance guarantee, want the terms. Pilot structure, worth sending the outline. Pilot structure, worth sending the outline. Custom audit, reply audit, and I'll send it. That's how we structure the offer in relationship to the CTA. It has to be the natural next step and has to be clear to the prospect what they have to do to receive it. And it gets repeated throughout this video a few times, but don't ask for time. And if you don't believe it, just try it. Set up one campaign and ask for 15 minutes. See what it does. Last thing, important to know, the gut check. Ask yourself, like I said before, would I pay for the deliverable? If we offer a sample, a t-shirt printed with your logo, yeah, you would pay for that. Yeah. From a stranger, if I believe I would receive it, yes, I would pay for that. I would. Pre-vetted candidates, if I'm hiring for a GTM engineer and someone comes up to me with I already have 3, here they are, yeah, I would take them up on that. And getting pre-vetted candidates, I would probably pay for that too. Qualified account list, that will definitely, like, I would pay for that. A finished teardown already done for sure. But if you look at the fails on the other side, a strategy session, I would pay for it if I know who delivers it. Let's say go back to Alex Ramosi on the offer. If the likelihood of achievement is, let's go up. If the dream outcome and the likelihood of achievement are high, I would definitely buy it. But it would only come down if I know the other person. So it would only work if I know that, let's take Alex Ramosi as the example. Alex Ramosi is the consultation I'm getting. Then the dream outcome, getting his input, getting his thoughts on there is very valuable. And because he delivers it, the perceived likelihood of achievement is also high. So then it works. But if I have no idea who you are, this will never work. Like a strategy session giving it away, that's not a good giveaway. Same for a generic brochure, learn more about us. There's no way. And the outline really is, if the giveaway is good enough that you can sell it to people, it will always earn attention. Then a quick context note on the European market, because building trust is even harder in the European market if you do outreach in English in every country. The giveaway can be exactly that thing that makes those people trust you anyway. So if you're not able to do it in native languages, one, don't do too much with AI translations or make sure it's really good. But if you do it in English, then the giveaway has to be high value and that giveaway will make the trust. Nevertheless, even if you give away stuff, maybe even more if you give away stuff, In countries like Germany or Denmark, there are very specific rules about being salesy or even giveaway through emails. So you have to be very careful with that. Legislation is not just the copy, it's the offer as well. So it's part of the copy. So you have to be very careful with that too. Then on building your own. This is a list, a checklist almost, to build your own offer. But to make it a bit easier, we created a Cloud Code skill that you can feed the information. It will even ask for the information. And that Cloud Code skill will build your offer for you. It will even give you an example of what copy could look like. And then you can run with that. In the description below, there is a link where you can actually get the Cloud Code skill, load it up in your cloud environment, and try to run it yourself. Give it the information about your company, give it the information about your customer, and it will build the offer for you. If you're an e-commerce platform and you sell B2B and you want to scale, click the link below and book a call with my team. We'll go over your company, the strategy, and what offers would work for you, and then we can get you live in no time.